Hello, happy back to school time. I'm so excited. My name is Cami and this is Thriving in Third Grade. This will be my second year teaching third grade and my third year teaching overall. And this is my classroom setup vlog for 2024-2025. I am pumped. I made it out of myself that I would not go back to school until August. It's July 11th, so I broke that promise, but it's okay. I'm excited to be back. I just got a text from our custodian today saying that we could come back to our rooms and I couldn't resist. So I am in the same classroom that I was in last year, and that makes setup way easier. I already know like the layout of the room, I know the furniture I have, I know what I need, what I don't need. I did a lot of deep cleaning last year when I first came to this school, and then even at the end of the year last year, I did a lot of deep cleaning, got rid of a lot of stuff that I didn't need anymore. All my bulletin boards stayed up, you can kind of see over in this corner. So I don't have a ton of stuff to set up, but there are some changes I want to make, and I just want to be really intentional with my space and use it as a tool for instruction. That's the best part of classroom setup, is that you get to create this space where these kids get to learn. So yeah, looking around, there's definitely a lot to do. I made myself, I'll show you, a to-do list in my planner. Look at that, she's a doozy, of just all the stuff I need to get done. So I'm not at all gonna tackle it all today. Here's my mindset of why I came in early. Basically, my husband has the end of July, this chair is broken. Okay. I moved seats since that chair is broken, apparently. Anyway, my husband has July 24th through August 6th off, and so I don't want to come into the classroom during that time because I want to spend that time with him. Sorry, I'm gonna pause one more time and move again because I can see my hand shaking and it's gonna make me motion sick, so just a second. There we go, now we're on the floor. Okay, so anyway, my husband has a lot of time off at the end of July into early August, and I want to spend as much of that time as I can at home with him, and I would rather not spend it in the classroom. Can't remember where I was going with that. Oh, so anyway, that's why I'm in here today. My husband's a firefighter, so he works for 24 hours at a time. And so that gives me 24 hours at a time that I can work on my classroom. We go back to school, I wanna say August 13th. It's the second Wednesday in August. It's like the 12th or the 13th or whatever. And so we go back on a Wednesday. We have Teacher Institute, or in-service days, whatever you call them, on the Monday and Tuesday. So I want to have my room completely done by those days so I can spend all that time planning and getting to know our curriculum. We're starting iReady this year, so I want to spend a lot of time on that. And sorry, they're doing stuff out in the hallway. I want to spend a lot of time on that and have my room already done. So yeah, I'm kind of gonna walk you around and show you what the spaces in my classroom usually are, and yeah, that's my plan. Okay, so over there is the front door, and these two shelves plus this white shelf come over here in an L shape to make my library. This table lives underneath this bulletin board, and I kind of just use it as extra space to prep materials. This is my teacher area. These bins, or like, these have bins that go in them. This is my whole whiteboard area. So there's that. This is a lot. Usually this is where the kids keep their art bins. It's where I keep like indoor recess toys, teacher binders. They keep their textbooks here. Any specific books I have, I just keep it under there. Over here is usually where my calm corner is. So these two file cabinets are turned like this, and it kind of creates a little area that I use as my calm corner. On the other side of it, where this kidney table is my small group area. I pretty much intend to keep everything the same for the most part. Last year, I only had 6 students in my class, which I know is a crazy small number. And then this year I have about 11 or 12 kids, which is still a small class, but I work at a small school. So the middle area is obviously where my student desks go. Yeah, I'm going to maybe move some furniture. I don't want to hurt myself. That's the main thing. I always think I'm a lot stronger than I am. So I'm going to try to move some things around without hurting myself, and I'll just put myself on a time lapse for that. All right, so this is the format for the desks I've set up. I don't know if you can see, but it's 3 rows and 4 columns. I think I like it. I think that's a good setup. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. I moved my bookcases, set there the way I want them to be. I moved my file cabinets, so now you can kind of see better what I was talking about, that this makes like a little corridor almost, and I have a crash pad that goes right there. So that's my calm corner. I am amazed. This is my first year returning to a classroom, and I didn't realize how quickly setup went when you weren't trying to create something from scratch. I'm just replicating what I already did, and it's pretty crazy how quickly it's going. I don't really know. I'm like in shock right now at how easy this was, which I don't know why I thought it would be hard. I already knew where all the furniture was going, and the furniture wasn't the part that I was changing. What's going to be a sucker, let me turn you around just so I can show you, is all of this on top. So just for context, this top shelf is usually clear, and then a lot of this stuff does not belong where it is. And that's also where a lot of the things I'm changing are at. So that's gonna be the part that takes some more time, that I wanna be a little bit more intentional with. But the furniture is where I want it. I might move a couple of these big things off of this shelf before I head out. Wow, I already have my desks up. That was something last year that took such a milestone to get to, was setting out my desks. Last year when I moved into this classroom, there was so much stuff. And I was so blessed. Sorry, I don't like the angle I'm sitting at. Let me go. Okay, I'm back in my happy spot. I like this angle. There, that's better. Last year, so I'll give you a little bit of context. The school that I teach at is a school that I attended when I was in kindergarten through 8th grade. So I knew a lot of the teachers who were here. So when they found out that I was coming to this school, they blessed me with so much stuff. And one teacher in particular was retiring. And so I essentially inherited her whole classroom, which was amazing and so generous of her. but there was a lot of stuff that I didn't necessarily need that I now had in my classroom. And that's kind of like just what happens when you're the new teacher at a school, is everybody wants to be so kind and they give you everything from their rooms, which is great. And I took so many resources and materials, but there's also so much in your room. So I feel like the first, 5 days of classroom setup last year was emptying out things that I didn't want and didn't need. So now I come in and everything is just the stuff that I already had, the stuff I already wanted. So I don't have anything to like get rid of, which is so nice. And I think I just didn't account for that in my mind when I was thinking through setting up. So anyway, the desks are up, which is so exciting because it just reminds me what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for the little people that I get to teach, and that's so cool. I love teaching little people. So I have some of the chairs, not all of them. So I'm going to set those out really quick just so that things are in their place. And I may take some of the bigger furniture off of that window shelf and put it where I know it's going to be. I'm not touching the library tonight, and I'm probably not going to touch anything underneath the shelves. I just want to get some of the stuff off the top of it. So let's get to it. Alright, as you can tell, I got quite a lot done. So you may have seen in the other clips, there was like a big sheet of like saran wrap over all of this. That was just to protect the materials while they were waxing the floors. And look how beautiful my floors are, they're so shiny. I took down all of the furniture and the big stuff, so let me slowly turn you around. So like my cart, that table, the lamps, the trash cans, my mirror, more lamps, my flexible seating and stuffed animals, that 10-drawer cart. So now my shelf is pretty much clear except for over there is library books. There it is. This big stack of stuff is all for centers in math. And I'm trying to remember where its home was last year. I think, I'm gonna turn slowly so you don't get seasick. Okay, I think its home was on top of my black shelf, but I may find a different place for it. And then I have a bunch of extra Kleenexes, Clorox wipes, stuff like that. And last year that sat over in the corner where all of the library books currently are. Let me turn you around again. All of this is indoor recess materials, which is pretty much just going to stay where it is. These are all of my curriculum binders. I'm going to go through them again just to make sure that I only have ones that I really need. These book bins were out here, but I am not sure what I'm gonna do with them this year. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those 4 are all going to be for art bins, which are these white bins that I have right here. So it'll be 3, 3, 3, and 3. And that's just how I have my kids store all of their art supplies. This is going to stay the same except for that book bin right there. These are oops, sorry. These are all of my seasonal display books. So over here in the front of the room, I have this display bookshelf, and it's just for seasonal read alouds that don't necessarily have a lesson to go along with them, but they're just there. Sorry, I was talking about the books and I decided to move. But I have over there are my seasonal books, and those are just display books. They don't have lessons that go along with them, but like I have all my back to school books, all my holiday books, fall books, and I just think it's nice to have them in case I want to do a quick read aloud at the end of the day, or if we have 5 extra minutes and I need something to fill the time. It's nice to have books, and they're all picture books, that kind of like fit with the season that I can just pull out and read. So they stay there. Underneath, you can see my lovely pink are my Sax and math books. Those live there. I don't have the kids keep them in their desks. Then we have this mess behind me. So, sorry, I'm trying to move you around. So, these are my dictionaries. This is the part that's going to take some organizing and messing with. Over here, I have all my teacher's editions. So those are all like books that I'm probably going to either keep here if I'm not going to use them super often, or I'll put them over on that black shelf. And then down here, these are books that have like assignments with them. So for example, I read Balloons Over Broadway around Thanksgiving time, and then the students design their own balloon for the Macy's Day Parade. I have all of my Holiday Around the World books down here. So I keep these separate just so that I know where they are like that when I need them. This is materials for like desk supplies, like my paper clips, and that kind of jazz. All rubber bands, they all live in these, so these will move over to that black shelf. These remind me of something. So I realized, change what I said. Well, previously, I have been very focused on purchasing books for my classroom. Like anytime I go to Goodwill, anything like that, I look for books, which is great. And math manipulatives, those have been my 2 big focus, have been books and math manipulatives. And so I'm stocked up on those. So I'm gonna turn a little bit. So now this summer I focused on social studies manipulatives. So I got a ton of stuff for continents, maps, states and capitals, but I don't necessarily have a place to store them. So I'm either thinking they will live on my black shelf or down here, because this is kind of like the curriculum corner, you know? These are SEL books that are actually going to go on the shelf that you are sitting on right now, because I'm sitting in the comp corner. So these books will just go on that shelf. These are all science books that go with a specific science unit that we do. They're not science textbooks, but like this. So they're books that go along, or like for our weather unit, I have Twister Trouble. So it's books that go along with what we're going to be talking about. And I just want those at the ready. Again, if we have extra time in science, that I can pull those for just something to do. And then those, you can only see the one right now that's on top, but there's 3 white bins stacked on top of each other. And those are all things that will live up on my black shelf. I feel pretty happy with the work I accomplished, and I need to leave because I am meeting some friends at Panera. But yeah, I will probably come back tomorrow. Exciting. Let's review what we did today. Today we set up all the furniture, huge. And I'm gonna say that's the summer of today, is we set up the furniture. That's quite a feat in itself. I'm gonna say the goal for tomorrow is to have the shelf cleared off. So this whole top part, let me show you one more time. So all of my library books, all the way down. I want all of that cleared off. That's my goal for tomorrow. So yeah, let's see if we can do it. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I'm not sure how long this is going to be when I put it all together, but I'll probably include tomorrow as well. So see you tomorrow.